What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about the P365xl Spectre comp and if it's really worth it. Okay, as you can see, both of these are clear and safe. Okay, so P365xl Spectre comp. Okay, I got one of those here, and this is just the P365xl Spectre. Okay, so a little comparison. One has the comp, one does not. Okay. Both 9mm, both basically the same size, both have the same grip. This one, the slide has a factory done like aging process to it to make it look old, and this is just more of a flat, typical slide. The triggers are basically they're the same trigger. They both come in the custom workshop, and they're both the same trigger. Just one is gold and one's black. This obviously has this gold finish to it with the gold barrel, a little bit shorter barrel with the compensator. This is just black. Okay. Is it worth it? So when these are the first guns me and my wife bought. So this is my wife's gun, the Spectre comp, and this was mine. When we first got our pistol license, we went to the store. We wanted something that we could manage, conceal, do it all, yada, yada, yada. Obviously, that's not the case. You can do a lot with these, but it's not a do-it-all gun, but that's what we thought we were getting. So that's what we bought. And we figured basically the same gun, same magazines, same everything. So if one person had an issue or we needed another magazine, we could just go off of each other, and we both could figure out how these guns work together. Shooting one, so is it worth it? Is this compensator really worth it? Yeah, no. Yes and no. It really depends. Because this is my wife's gun, she's a little bit smaller frame. She's not used to shooting as much as I am now. You definitely do have a less felt recoil with this gun than you do with this one. So it is a little bit more pleasant to shoot this gun. And when they say it's like 30%, I would say, yeah, I guess if I could put a percentage in my brain what 30% would be, that would probably be about it. For me, now that I probably have 7,000 rounds to this gun. They're mine. Is it worth it? I don't think it would be worth it for me, just because it's my carry gun. The fact that if I have to use it up close and personal, this ports, the gases and debris and stuff pop out of that. So in a true self-defense situation where I'm up close and personal with somebody, might have some blowback or whatever. But for my wife, she enjoys this gun because it's comfortable for her to shoot. She can manage it very well, and she feels like this is a little bit too much for her. Now, obviously, these are micro pistols, so their recoils are going to be snappy and everything else. That's just the nature of the game. But it does help her. Like I said, I don't think, now knowing what I know, having shot both of them, me being a 205 pound, 5'10" male who shoots, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a month at a range, would I go with this? Probably not. I would stick with this just because it's what I'm comfortable with. It's what I know. And I can shoot it just fine. I can make, fist size groupings at 20 yards with this thing. And I have that I can shoot it fast too. Do I shoot as fast as maybe my Glock or my Staccato? Obviously not. Those are full size guns, but I can shoot it fast enough for me to feel comfortable in a self defense situation. Yeah. Some of the things I don't like about this gun also is like this gold thing is beautiful. Like I know there's a name for this coating. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It doesn't have as much wear. I don't know. That's what they say at least. But my wife is a neat freak, and trying to clean this after you've shot it a few times and get the residue, the lead, and everything else off of here, dude, it's not fun. She has a heck of a time cleaning her gun because she's a neat freak. Whereas this, you can't tell the difference. So that's just one thing. It is pretty, but you got to keep it clean if you want it to maintain looking pretty, as my wife would say. This one came with a 12 round magazine. This one came with 10, but we're in the state of New York, so we both have to use 10 no matter what. That doesn't really change anything. So if I could go back in time, it being my first gun ever, now knowing what I know, I would have gotten the X Macro, just because I wear. Sometimes I can get away with a large glove. Most of the time, I have to wear an XL. It's a little small in my hand. I can still control it very well, and I can still shoot it very well. But it being my first gun, it was a heck of a learning curve trying to learn how to shoot a pistol with this small gun. I should have gotten something a little bit bigger, and I think the X Macro, probably with the bigger grip, probably would have been the way to go. But you live and you learn. Like I said, you just adjust, you train enough. The one thing I will say about these guns too, the only issue I've ever had was about the 5,000 round mark. I had to replace this ejector. It didn't cost me much. I figured it out on YouTube. But yeah, it just wasn't ejecting the casing, and it just wore down after 5,000 rounds, which I thought was a little shy. Like, I didn't seem like I put a whole lot of rounds through it for me to have to replace something like that, but it is what it is. So that's it. If you're in between, should I get a 365, XL, or should I get the comp? What are you using it for? If you think you're going to be carrying it all the time, how often are you going to shoot it? If you're not going to shoot it that often, this is a beautiful gun to shoot because it's nice and flat and it has minimum recoil. If you're going to do a lot of shooting, you're going to practice with it, you're going to get proficient, this will be just as good. So that's it. Basically the same gun, other than the color, this treatment here, the slide, and obviously the compensator with a shorter barrel. So I hope that helps you. If it does, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Any other content you guys want, any questions, just let me know, and I'll sure to respond. Thank you.